We're taping this, so make sure the people at home also get your responses.
I heard they were going to make a senior housing.
Say again?
I heard you were going to build senior housing.
Okay. The question is, are we also going to build senior housing? We haven't, that's not in this phase, but we hope that with the excitement of something, that could be a possibility. I know other churches have done the same, like Epiphany, addressing the needs, but right now it's just the phase of a social hall, which will also be used as a worship space until we get the big church finished. Good question.
When exactly will we break ground? What is like a certain amount of money, or?
When will we break ground?
It depends a lot on how this capital campaign goes. By the beginning of May, we'll have a really good idea as far as where we are financially, and therefore then can start making some plans. The architect, with a very ambitious plan, said about 16 months to be built. Our consultants are a little more on the conservative side. They look more at probably 2013 possibly, or 2020 possibly.
Great.
So, but a lot of it depends on how the campaign goes.
Great. Also, and joining us up here is Doug Moschler. He's a member of the new building committee. So he's directly involved with all the organization there. So we ask him to also help us. Thanks, Doug. Other questions? These are good. Concerns? Go ahead, Frank. So the question was, is the $6 million that was mentioned, it's actually 6.25, less than that?
Yes.
Is that in addition to what we already have?
If you look at I'm trying to find the right page. It
Should be page 7, I believe.
Everyone open page 7 in your books?
That lays it out. So the $8,400,000 is the total combined costs of the project, and the funds we've raised in the One in the Light campaign are listed there, $2,250,000. So yes, the total still needed is approximately $6,150,000.
Is that the total project, or is that just the beginning that we're going to build just a hall?
Yes.
Does that include the whole project or just phase 1? I'll let Doug respond to that.
Frank, that is actually phase 1 of the portion. So what you see on page 6 is pretty much what you're going to get for that cost.
A lot of the cost, Doug, comes from the infrastructure, is that correct?
Yes.
And that
most of
includes
it.
what? What's an infrastructure? Like road, sewer?
Well, yes, we have the road, the septic system. It'll be a septic in this case. The structure itself, there's some soft costs built into this also, which would include the furnishings and the, things on that order that aren't structural. But yeah, it's...
So once we get the road in and the sewer and electricity, the phase 2 will be a lot cheaper because it's already in. When we talked about this 3 years ago, we put those costs into that phase, the road, electricity, sewer. Back when we started it was $20 million for 3 phases, including the worship center, the social hall, and also the gym. Well, just in a year, the costs have gone up.
Gone up considerably.
So just when we addressed this last year. So if we don't get on it now, it's just going to keep going more. Is that true?
Well, we hope not.
Well, we hope it comes down.
But we don't know
But
for sure.
the overall dream is to have a complete campus and that was $20 million back when we started the project, if you remember, back in 2017. When each household makes a pledge to the campaign, no matter what they pledge, each household is going to receive a cross that was made from the pews of St. Pius Church. Jim Barthel right here and Bob Stage and so many others helped put those together. Let me just pass those around. They're beautiful crosses that you can hang up or put somewhere, but there's actually cross from the pews, which is so exciting. So and all someone has, they just have to hand in the pledge, no matter what it says on there, which is pretty exciting.
Also, as far as questions go, if something comes up, don't hesitate to contact any of us. There will be a lot of information, as I stated earlier, in the bulletin each week starting next weekend. The website has a lot of information already, and definitely consider coming to the question and answer sessions. One of those would also give you information.
Okay, so let's go green. I want geothermal, solar panels, the parking lots to be rain gardens, and the foundation to be all set up so that we're gonna be really environmentally sound. So how far are we doing right now?
Do you want to take that, Doug?
Well,
She's hoping everything is green with all, I won't list all those things, but great ideas.
we haven't truly decided on how all that's going to lay out yet, but it would certainly be a benefit to work towards that if at all possible.
And I
So-
think that our parish, that's what we stand for. So I'd be surprised if that is not part of who we are. That's just who we are. That's Christ our light. Say again, Joan?
Wind turbine, she said.
Wind turbines, will it include that? Could be. We hope. A lot of this, what we do, depends on your pledging. So, like, if the generosity of you to the project, then we can certainly continue to add all those wonderful things.
Correct.
And I'm excited about it. Yeah, if people are passing it on around the cross, that's great. Other questions? These are wonderful. So I have a question, Mary and Don. When does this whole pledging and stuff, when does the campaign kind of officially wrap up? How does that?
Hopefully by the first week of May.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, around the 20th of March, all households will receive another packet. And that packet will be actually referencing pledging, how it's done, how that's going to be carried out, and so forth. And so then the following 2 weeks is when the pledges will be collected. And then hopefully there'll be some cleanup, for the rest of April, so that by the end of April, first week in May, it should all be done.
And that prayer that we put in there, that was composed by staff people, we hope that you pray that as a household, as a family, really guiding you in this whole project. That our hope, my hope, and I again vision is that every household is involved. It's not just a few or it's not half, but every household, because investing in it is this visioning for the future and really responding to the growth in the area. It's so exciting. What you can do is kind of pray and discern how you want to be involved, where you're going to be invited to, and then how you are going to respond. But we hope you accept this. Just be part of this whole team. We've got so many great people already on the team and the building committee. It's a lot of fun. Do you have a question, Joan?
I was going to say, if we did put geothermal, solar, and wind turbines on the property, we might get paid back.
Okay.
And that way you're not spending so much money on the upkeep of the building.
All right. So it's not a question, but it's a comment that if we do wind turbines and geothermal and all the things, that we perhaps can get money back from the government who's like supporting those kind of endeavors. Great insight. So you also can come back to these other sessions that we have listed on the back. There might be, we're expecting a lot of people to come. You can certainly chime into the Zoom conference happening on that Monday, March 6th. It's a chance, if you have a question, perhaps we'll post that question so maybe other people might have the same concern. But it's so exciting. The process that we're doing is sort of like what some of the old churches did. Remember back in the day when your parents or grandparents built that church? That they built a social hall first, or some cases they built a gym first because it was more functional and cheaper. But we're kind of reverting back to that kind of old-time religion as we look forward to build then eventually a campus, a worship center that is gorgeous, that is beautiful, that really reflects our faith. So it is exciting. Any other last comments, Doug or Mary or Don?
I was just thinking in my head, it doesn't say on our brochure, but I'm guessing, Teresa, that the Zoom link will be on the website.
The Zoom link will be available it's an event on our calendar. If you click there, the Zoom link is there.
With the total weight milling to do the first phase, we had to have 50% to start.
We do not. The diocese used to require, but they took that back about 10, 20 years ago, that they just say they trust in the goodness of the parish. But we ourselves want to have an amount, so that we're not in debt. even though it's not required, just good stewards of your money. We want to say, no, we're not going to go ahead with something if we don't think we can financially. A fire sale. There you go. And then indeed, as the money comes in, we'll be able to determine, as Doug said, I think, or Don, that the scope of the project. So such as like, if this comes in, then we'll be able to do this. If this comes in, we'll do this. It's pretty exciting. But it really is trusting the Holy Spirit within you. Thank you all. We'll stay back if you got some more questions. So take that document home, share it, go on the website for more information, and expect to hear from us and expect to hear more about this. Now, is that cross still around somewhere that we can get? Bring it back. Thank you.